everyone is going to the cloud. It's a great idea, but would the cloud be capable of adapting everything? The answer is yes. Would the communication between the edge where the customers are and the cloud be sufficient for the network to be able to adapt it? It's a different story. Due to the significant amount of traffic that would run within the network, mainly because of video, and Netflix is a great example of that, which last year they only started, and this year they already consume 20% of the network. There will be a great requirement for market growth, for a bandwidth growth. And if you do not, as big as the network will grow, if you do not utilize it in a good way, you will find yourself that regardless of how big you are planning to grow the network, the infrastructure and everything, regardless of the fact that you need to keep on not only growing it, but upgrading it and doing a lot of things, what will actually happen is that you will end up by having some issues. And a good example is, there is a new paradigm which talk about how all those heavy applications, the 5G, the cloud, the 4K, actually 8K soon, videos, and the AR, VR, augmented reality will go in. Not to mention AI, machine learning, which will be another important task that would be part of the network. How this will all go to the network. Now, let's remember that within the network, most of definitely the tier 1, but not only, they have traditional networks. So if everyone is talking about the ability to have a flexible network, elastic, to grow, expand, and go shrink back, conceptually it's great, but it will take time until this happens, while the more information with what we call the big data is going into the network, there is more and more realization in the network, in the telco market, that the traditional way of looking at putting everything to the cloud, it's good, but it's not good enough. There will need to be a way of bringing some of the data, some of the knowledge, some of the process to the edge. So this is a very much a fact that more and more people realize this is happening. Big question. In 5 years' time, in 3 years' time, what would be the main revenue generating app or service that service providers will be able to sell? It's a big question. No doubt that gigabit broadband or even 10 gigabit in the future would be a portion of that. But as we all know, it's not about being by providers. How can we uplift this sort of wholesaling services or any type of services to a way of an added value services that we will provide more to the customers? Otherwise, we will end up by being a plumber only, and the revenue will keep on going down. Obviously, margin will go down. So we need to find ways to do this. And if you look, cloud, which will take 37%, video, OTT, virtual reality, industrial IoT. Well, here in the chart, it looks very nice. Like, OK, that's going to be the pie or estimated. It might all change. But the fact is that you need to have the ability to generate revenue from all this. How can you do it? Obviously, there are so many different applications in the market, which are either running on servers, virtualized, or running in different sort of compute. Amazon are offering a lot of different sort of services with AWS, Greengrass, and a lot of different sort of things, IoT, etc. Google does the same, Microsoft Azure. It's going to be more of a dynamic sort of service that customers would be looking at. How can we offer, whether the service is actual bandwidth, and the bandwidth would be X, and after 5 minutes or 10 hours, it will grow and shrink back. And on the top of that, actually sort of elastic service, what actual applications do we want to run? And obviously, applications can be the normal routing, firewall, security, self-services, IoT. In the future, there will be 50 billion devices in the network, not in Australia, of course, but widely spread all over the place. And I'm not talking about the connected cars, which is a different story. It's a lot of data. So definitely, there will not be a way of connecting all those IoT devices directly to the cloud. You will need gateways to take the data, process it in a way, in a modest way, and once you process it, you synthetically send it to the cloud. So there need to be a mediation sort of layer to be able to do it. And the idea that we see more and more that you need some kind of a smart edge connectivity at the access that would enable us to do all those things.